The familiar buzz of the city outside the window accompanied me as I stood in our little San Francisco apartment, my hands interlaced. I'm Lucas Carter. I've been proud of my position as chief dishwasher for years, even if I'm still drenched from cleaning the dishes. Cleaning restrooms and mopping floors at a downtown office building wasn't exactly a glamorous job. I'm sure the suits who worked there enjoyed the glitz and glamour, but let's be honest. It just kept the lights on and the food on the table. Camilla, my wife had a gentle dignity that she bestowed upon me, and I clung to it. She always appeared unconcerned, or so I believed, until that fateful night. She came pounding in from her shift at the boutique, her shoes grating on the hardwood floor, her expression contorted, as if she were about to say something terrible. I had felt like something was wrong all day, but I refrained from pushing the issue. I never wanted her to feel pressured. She dropped her purse on the counter, averted her gaze from mine for a long moment, and then finally, she let out a breath. "Please don't attend my sister's wedding," she urged, her voice low but determined. Frowned, drying my hands on a dish towel, perplexed as hell. "Why?" I asked, wondering if I'd missed something, some family problem I hadn't caught wind of. She sighed, heavy, annoyed, like I was making this tougher than it needed to be. "I don't want people to know you're just a cleaner." The words hit me like a punch to the gut. "Just a cleaner?" I stood there, staring at her, my mouth dry, trying to comprehend. I had never concealed what I did, never saw a reason to. Yet the way she said it, like it was some terrible secret, made my chest ache. Before I could even find words, she continued, her voice colder now. "Harsher. I will say you're dead." Silence. "Never contact me again." I froze. Dead. My own wife was ready to bury me, eliminate me from her life, like I was nothing. I stared into her eyes, those beautiful eyes I'd fallen for years ago, and saw nothing but resolve. No regret, no softness. Just a woman who had already made up her mind. I had always known Camilla came from money, a family with nice dinners and beautiful houses, while I was just a guy from the working side of town. But ashamed. That was new. That wounded more than anything I'd ever felt. I didn't yell. I didn't beg. I simply stood there, the silence stretching between us, thick and oppressive. "You're serious?" I eventually murmured, my voice softer than I meant it to be. She didn't answer, just turned away, her shoulders tight. That was it then? Years of marriage, cooking together, laughing over idiotic TV episodes, comforting her when she wept about her dad passing. Gone, all because I wasn't good enough for her sister's big day. I don't even remember deciding to leave. It just happened. I walked to our bedroom, grabbed my old duffel bag from the closet, and started packing. My work boots, my flannel shirts, the socks with holes I'd been too lazy to toss out. Every piece seemed heavier than it should have, like I wasn't just packing clothes. I was packing up me. She didn't stop me, didn't say a word. I zipped the bag, slung it over my shoulder, and stared at her one more time. She was looking out the window, arms crossed, like I was already gone. Maybe I was. I stepped out into the chilly night air. The door clicked shut behind me, and the weight of it all crashed down. A broken man. That's what I was. Not because I'd lost her, but because I'd lost something I didn't even know I'd been holding on to. Her respect. Scene shift. City streets, distant car horns. The streetlights flickered as I walked. No real plan. Just moving. My phone stayed silent in my pocket. No call, no texts. Nothing. She meant it. I was dead to her. I checked into a cheap motel a few blocks away. The ache in my chest deepened, mixed with a quiet rage I wasn't ready to face. How had it come to this? How had the woman I loved turned me into a ghost? I didn't have answers. Not yet. All I had was my pride, and a job that clearly wasn't worth a damn to the one person who had mattered most. I sensed something was strange. Heads turned, eyes fixated on me. Whispers rippled through the crowd like I was some ghost disrupting the party. I placed my hands in my pockets, keeping my head up, and then I saw her, Camilla, racing toward me across the marble lobby, her shoes clicking rapidly. She looked like a disaster. Her expensive outfit crumpled. Mascara streaked down her cheeks, tears changing her into someone I scarcely recognized. "Lucas!" she screamed, clutching my arm, her fingers sinking in. "Thank God you're here." I pulled back a little, frowning. "What's going on?" I asked, my voice firm even though my stomach twisted. She looked around, nervous, like she didn't want anyone to hear. Then she leaned in close. "They know," she murmured, her breath hot against my ear. I raised an eyebrow, stepping back again. "Know what?" She swallowed hard, her hands trembling. "Everything," she gasped out, her voice breaking. I stood there, staring at her, trying to piece it together. Everything. What the hell did that imply? She pulled my sleeve again, dragging me toward a quieter corner, away from the gawking visitors. "Benjamin Lancaster found out," she said, her words gushing out fast. "He knows you're not dead, knows I lied about it all. He confronted Melanie, and me, and Grayson. Oh God, Grayson's furious. He's talking about calling off the wedding." My mind whirled. Benjamin Lancaster, the CEO who lauded my work. Realized the truth. I crossed my arms, keeping my distance, watching her fall apart. "So your lie blew up," I remarked, keeping it simple, my tone flat. "And now what?" Her eyes went wide, imploring. "You have to solve this, Lucas, please." I almost laughed right there, the sound bubbling up, bitter and biting. "Mend it? Me? The boy you threw away?" I scoffed. "And why would I do that?" She flinched, tears streaming faster now, but I didn't soften. I'd spent years bending over backward for her, working late, swallowing her small insults about my job. And I was done. "I was wrong," she said, her voice tiny. "I realize that now. I shouldn't have. I didn't mean—" "Didn't mean what?" I cut in, stepping closer, my voice low but hard. "To tell your whole family I died in some fake car. Accident? To make me a stranger in my own life? What didn't you mean, Camilla?" She shrank back, putting her arms around herself, sobbing now. "I was terrified," she said. "Scared of what they'd think, scared of losing everything. I thought it'd be simpler if you were just gone." I stared at her, the words soaking in. Simpler. That's what I'd been to her, a problem to eliminate. I took a deep breath, let it out slow, trying to keep the fury from spilling over. "Well, it's not easy now, is it?" I remarked. She shook her head, her hands covering her face, and I merely watched, feeling the distance. Between us stretched wider than ever. The lobby buzzed around us, visitors milling, staff whispering, but it seemed as if we were in our own little bubble. Her desperation and my coldness filled the place. I didn't know what she expected me to do. Walk in there? Charm the Lancasters? Save her sister's wedding? I wasn't that person. Not anymore. "Please, Lucas," she said again, reaching for me. I stepped back, out of her grasp. "You created this bed," I murmured. "Lie in it." And with that, I turned, ready to walk away. However, I didn't. Not yet. Because part of me still wanted to watch how things played out. I stood there, in that beautiful Fairmont lobby, Camilla's tear-streaked face still in front of me, her pleas ringing in my ears. But I wasn't moving. Not yet. My name's Lucas Carter. And I'd come this far, against every piece of logic I had, since my ex-wife urged me to fix her mess. She lied about me being dead. And now, the truth was out. unraveling her sister's wedding to Grayson Lancaster, I might have walked away, allowed her to drown in it. But something drew me back. Maybe curiosity, maybe the old habit of wanting to help her. So I nodded, sharp and reluctant, and said, "Fine, let's see this through."